Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Monday. We've got 12 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 21.9K subs, so keep up the good work. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Really good promos, especially with FanDuel. New customers bet 5, get 200 in bonus bets if you win. So take advantage of that, guys, in the description below. Other great promos as well in the description. Take advantage, guys. And yeah, we'll hop in it. 12 matchups today. We're starting off with a doubleheader between the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Toronto plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 49-56. Baltimore 62-43. Pitching for Toronto is Yariel Rodriguez with an ERA of 3.69. Pitching for Baltimore is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 4.09. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Toronto on a 3-game winning streak, coming off coming off 3 straight Rangers wins. Baltimore, they're coming off a Padres win. Toronto just 6-13 against Baltimore. Haven't been the best head-to-head here. We'll see how this doubleheader goes for Baltimore. I don't know. I mean, they're coming off a rough Padres series. Haven't played that well here in this last week. Just 2-5 in their last 7. I don't know. I really don't love this game. Eflin, he's been okay. Rodriguez coming off 2 good starts on the mound. I don't know. Something about this doubleheader. I'm just not sold on Baltimore today for whatever reason. So I don't know. I think there's good value with Toronto today in game 1. I'll take a shot with Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 160. Toronto plus 130 with the over-under at 9.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 49-56. Baltimore 62-43. Pitching for Toronto is Bowden Francis with an ERA of 5.82. Pitching for Baltimore is Cade Povich with an ERA of 6.27. Francis, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Povich, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of doubleheaders. I do not like betting on them. You just never know what you're going to get in the doubleheaders effort-wise. You just never know what's going to happen with the back-to-backs, especially in game 2. Francis coming off a 0-run game, but his 2 games prior gave up 5 and 7 runs. Povich hasn't been that great. He gave up 3, 8, and 2. So, I mean, he definitely gives up runs. Both pitchers give up runs. Maybe the over is a better play in this matchup. I think that's why it's so high. But I'm doubling down on Toronto today. Give me Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Detroit Tigers. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Detroit plus 100 with the over-under at 7. Cleveland coming into this matchup 63-42. Detroit 52-55. Pitching for the Guardians is Tanner Beebe with an ERA at 3.50. Pitching for Detroit is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 2.95. Beebe, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a Phillies win. Detroit coming off getting shut out against Minnesota 5-0. Cleveland just 1-5 on the road against Detroit here. 2-4 against Detroit. They haven't been very good against the Tigers here. Flaherty's been good on the mound. BB coming off 2 good starts here. But yeah, Detroit, I feel like Detroit should be favorites, to be honest. Flaherty's been solid on the mound, and yeah, I'll take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 140. The Yankees plus 115 with the over-under at 9. Yankees coming into this matchup 62-45. The Phillies 65-40. Pitching for the Yankees is Lewis Gill with an ERA at 3.10. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA at 2.55. Gill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts, coming off 3 one-run games in a row. Wheeler, he's coming off a 0-run game, then gave up 1 and 2 runs in his other games prior. Yankees coming off back-to-back Boston wins. Phillies, they've been struggling. 3-7 in their last 10. Really haven't played well these last, I'd say, like 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm not too in love with the Phillies here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers hardly giving up runs here. Yeah, Phillies just really have been struggling. They've been a letdown as the favorite here these last few weeks. Give me the Yankees plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Chicago Cubs versus the Cincinnati Reds. It's looking like Reds are slight home favorites at minus 115. The Cubs minus 105 with the over-under at 9.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 51-56. The Reds 50-55. Pitching for the Cubs is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 2.96. Pitching for the Reds is Carson Spears with an ERA of 3.83. Tylon, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Spears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. The Cubs on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Royals wins. Reds coming off back-to-back Tampa Bay losses. Cubs just 1-4 against the Reds. They haven't been that great head-to-head. Not a great-looking matchup right here. Spears hasn't been that good on the mound for the Reds the last 2 games, giving up 3 and 4 runs. Tylon, he's been okay. Gives up like 1 to 2 runs here. Nothing crazy from him. Been a struggle for the Reds, I'd say, these last few weeks. Cubs look good in those Royals games. And, yeah, I don't know. So far, it's looking like some nice dogs today. And, yeah, I'll take the Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 120. The Twins plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Twins coming into this matchup 58-46. The Mets 55-50. Pitching for the Twins is Simeon Woods Richardson with an ERA at 3.27. Pitching for the Mets is Jose Quintana with an ERA at 4.02. Woods Richardson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Quintana, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off a nice Detroit series, coming off a 5-0 win there. Mets coming off back-to-back Braves losses, still playing well, just a tough little series for them right there. But Minnesota just 3-11 against the Mets here, so they haven't been very good against the Mets. 1-5 on the road against the Mets. That's where they've had their struggles. Quintana's been solid. He had a 1-run game last game, then that 5-run, then a 0. So 2 of his last 3 have been good starts. Richardson, he's been very solid on the mound for them. I don't know. Smells like a bounce back spot to me. You got the Mets 2 horrible games in a row here. A chance at home where they've been very good against the Twins here. I'm going to roll with the Mets at home in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Seattle Mariners versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Seattle plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 56-51. Boston 55-49. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 2.72. Pitching for Boston is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 4.50. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts, coming off 2 very good starts on the mound here. Pivetta, he's coming off a 7-run game against the Rockies. He's had some bad starts on the mound. Seattle coming off a 3-game White Sox sweep. Boston coming off back-to-back Yankees losses here. Yeah, I'm really liking Gilbert on the mound for them today. Pivetta, too spotty. I mean, he had 7 runs, then 0, then 4. He can have some good games, but man, his bad games are very bad. And yeah, I don't know. Getting the Mariners as a dog today, I don't know. Nice little value on the road. Give me Seattle plus 1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Rangers opening up a slight road favorites at minus 115. The Cardinals minus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 51 and 55. The Cardinals 54 and 51. Pitching for the Rangers is Nathan Eovaldi with an ERA at 3.31. Pitching for the Cardinals is Andre Palante with an ERA at 3.92. Eovaldi, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Palante, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Rangers on a 3-game losing streak, coming off just a bad Toronto series. St. Louis coming off a Washington win. The Rangers 6-0 on the road against St. Louis, 10-2 against St. Louis. They've been very good against the Cardinals here. Both pitchers, they have good games, give up a couple runs here. I like that the Rangers are very good in a cheap matchup like this, and coming off a bad series too. So I think it's a good bounce back spot for the Rangers today. I'll take the Rangers on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 115. The Braves minus 105 with the over-under at 8. Braves coming into this matchup 56 and 48. The Brewers 60 and 45. Pitching for the Braves is Grant Holmes with an ERA of 2.70. Pitching for the Brewers is Colin Ria with an ERA at 3.60. Ria, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. 2 of his last 3 games, he hasn't given up a run. Then he had that game where he gave up 7 runs. So yeah, had good starts aside from that one. Let's see. Let me look at Holmes. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Been pretty good on the mound for them. Braves coming off back-to-back Mets wins. The Brewers coming off a Miami win, a bad Miami series. Atlanta, they've been good against Milwaukee. 5-1 against the Brewers here. They've actually been good head-to-head here. Coming off back-to-back Mets wins. They were on a bad losing streak. And overall, this last few weeks, Braves haven't really played well. Brewers are 6-3 in their last 9. They're playing pretty well. The over's hit in 5 of their last 7 against Atlanta. Maybe the over could be a play here. If we'll see what happens. I don't know. To me, this just looks like a nice Brewers bounce back at home. Tough, a rough Miami series. Braves coming off a little bit of a struggle series against the Mets here. Kind of struggling to get their way with all the injuries Atlanta has. Give me the Brewers at home today. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Chicago White Sox. Royals opening up as road favorites at minus 170. The White Sox plus 140 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 57 and 49. The White Sox 27 and 81. Pitching for the Royals is Alec Marsh with an ERA of 4.75. Pitching for the White Sox is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 5.25. Marsh, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Marsh, he's coming off bad starts on the mound. He's given up 13 runs in 3 starts here. Flexen hasn't been that good on the mound. He's given up 12 runs in 3 starts. I mean, the losing streak still continues. I think it's 13 or 14 now for the White Sox consecutively in a row. Coming off getting swept against Seattle. Royals coming off a bad Cubs series, losing back-to-back games there. But they are 11-1 against the White Sox. White Sox 0-7 at home. Hopefully there's better days for Marsh and he doesn't get lit up today. That'd be very disappointing, but there's just absolutely no chance I'm taking the White Sox. This is just a historic bad losing streak for them. And they've been such a moneymaker this entire series. So until they lose for me, man, they've been straight money during this losing streak. So give me the Royals on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Houston Astros. Pirates opening up as road favorites at -130. The Astros +110 with the over-under at 7.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 53-52. Houston 55-50. Pitching for the Pirates is Paul Skeens with an ERA of 1.93. Pitching for Houston is Jake Bloss with an ERA of 6.94. Skeens, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Bloss, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. I mean, look, Skeens has been amazing on the mound this year. It sucks his last start, he got a lost 2-1, pitched an amazing game, and Pirates just couldn't hit for nothing. They're coming off an Arizona win, a rough Arizona series. Then you got Houston coming off a nice Dodgers series. They're coming off a loss, though, but played well in that series. Pittsburgh 5-2 on the road here. Yeah, look, I love Paul Skeens on the mound here. If the Pirates can get hitting, I mean, man, they'd be great. But anytime Paul Skeens is on the mound, I mean, 6-1 as a starter, should be 7-0 really. But yeah, love Paul Skeens on the mound. I mean, man, he really is like a true pitcher, man. He gets strikes out people. No one can really hit on him. Yeah, give me the Pirates on the road today. Then the last matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -160. Washington +130 with the over-under at 9. Washington coming into this matchup 49-57. Arizona 55-51. Pitching for the Nationals is Mitchell Parker with an ERA of 4.34. Pitching for Arizona is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 5.35. Parker, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts, coming off 2 bad starts, coming off a 6 and 5 run game. Montgomery, he's coming off a 1-run game. Washington coming off a St. Louis loss. Arizona coming off a Pirates loss, but 4-1 in their last 5. Played well in that Pirates series. Washington 1-5 against Arizona. Haven't been that good against Arizona here. Arizona 4-2 at home against Washington. Yeah, I don't love Parker. He's coming off back-to-back just horrible games here. And yeah, I think I'm going to take the Diamondbacks at home today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Monday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one.